Welcome to Old Folks Racing PlayStation. Welcome to round 3. These are the championship standings. Before round 3, Diogo Silva is the championship leader, and here we are in the circuit of Sugo with the Renault Megane RS SMS R Touring, the touring car version of the Megane, which should provide good close racing in the Japanese circuit of Sugo, also known as Sudoku amongst the old folks, a twisty circuit that's going to be just perfect for touring car racing. Jorge Jesus is on pole position for race 1, followed by Diogo Silva, and today we have 14 drivers here in Sugo battling for the victory, almost a full lobby. This is race 1. And let's go, and that's a good start by Simon Allen that was there in the third place. Diogo Silva is trying to go on the inside of Jorge Jesus, but Jorge is going to lead to the first corner. Simon Allen hits someone. That was Darren Head who went ahead to be in third place. Someone is on the grass. That's Simon Allen. After a great start, Simon Allen has... and there's someone spinning in the grass. I couldn't quite figure out who that was, but all sorts of close racing already, and this is the action replay from Gonçalo Motta's perspective, and Gonçalo was trying to get through there. And they collide, Simon Allen, and absolutely brilliant. They managed to collide 3 times. That is the view from Stuart Brand. And Simon Allen is already there in the grass. Let's see if we can find out who was the driver that was in the grass. There he is, and someone else is off in the grass on the left hand side. Stuart Brand got absolutely knackered by someone, and that was, I believe, Todd Antonio that was coming right at him. Yes, and Todd was hit by some other driver as well, so he wasn't entirely in control of his car. This is the replay from Diogo Almeida that is going to try here on the inside of Kev Allen, and he's the driver that went off on the left hand side. We still wait. Well, this is Todd Antonio absolutely out of control, and into Stuart Brand that is making his debut in this season here in Sugo in round 3. He did take a bit of time to set up his new wheel, but good to have him back. Good to have a few other drivers also back, and we can already also see that Kev Allen has hit some sort of problem because he's sitting in 11th, so I'm going to have a guess that he was the driver spinning in the grass in turn 2. This is Jumbo on the outside of Frankie, and Frankie is up to 6th place. Look at this, Jumbo went on the outside to try to attack Frankie. Now he's on the defensive from a recovering Simon Allen that is in 8th spot. Dale Taylor is in 5th. Gonçalo Motta managed to survive that. And Dale Taylor is off the track and he's going to spin. No, he absolutely saves it, and that was a good save by Dale Taylor there, protecting that 5th spot and trying to... and Dale Taylor has a problem. Dale Taylor is having a problem. He's lost a lot of speed, and he is absolutely being passed left, right and center by various drivers, including Simon Allen, Scott Davely as well. We haven't seen anything of him until now, but he is in 8th place, and this is the battle for the lead here between the 2 monster cars and 2 monsters of drivers as well. Absolute monsters of Old Folks Racing PlayStation. That's of course Alonso Fonso, Jorge Jesus that is in the lead, and 2nd place man Diogo Silva, the reigning champion, and also the points leader, of course, followed very very closely by Jorge. And this is someone there on the inside. That was and Diogo Almeida, collision between Diogo Almeida and Kev Allen. Disaster, absolute disaster for Kev Allen. And then he gets hit again by oh dear, that was I couldn't figure out who that was. And Dale Taylor meanwhile is trying to recover. He is in the 11th spot, passing Diogo Almeida. I think it was Diogo and Dale that got together there in the incident that we just saw. It wasn't Kev Allen that is in 9th place, but all sorts of action happening in the field and lots of people also running the same liveries. It becomes quite difficult to follow, but no big difficulty following the first and second place men because they are both Monster Energy liveries of this Megane touring car, and they've been in the lead since the beginning. Georges Jesus already on lap 3, but look at this behind them. There is Darren Head. Darren Head has overtaken Simon Allen at the start of this race. Oh, look at that. He went over the curb and almost losing it. And this is again now Gaspin. That's Diogo Almeida trying to recover a few positions. Mike Langley is in front of him and running wide now. Mike Langley, and here comes Diogo Almeida on the inside, and that was a good move there by Diogo going into 11th spot. Dale Taylor has already passed Mike Langley as well. And the American driver drops down to 12th. Stuart Brand is in 13th after being hit quite convincingly by Todd Antonio, who is in 14th. But the two leaders, seems to me, they don't want to lose time with one another because they know that Darren Head wants to get ahead, so they want absolutely to put their head down, keep a cool head, and both of them, they just want to be ahead of Darren Head, who's in 3rd place. Still a long time to go, and here comes Diogo Silva now on the inside, not quite, but a little bit of contact, and that doesn't help these two drivers to not lose time, as Diogo Silva seems to me he was a little bit quicker. Look at that, he's now trying to go on the inside here, and potentially a good move. Look at this, locking up a little bit there, Alonso Afonso. These two are in a very tense battle for the lead of this race. There he is again on the inside, not quite an overtaking spot here, and some great racing with his Renault Megane Vavavoom, but not exactly the type of car that will allow for an easy pass. Oh, here comes Diogo Silva now. He is absolutely not side by side, but he's going to go for it. No, he won't go for it because Alonso Afonso brilliantly brakes very late for the hairpin after the back straight. We are following Simon Allen. He's already in 5th place. How did this happen? He is on the inside of Jambo, and he was in 8th just a little bit ago. And now he's absolutely recovering quite nicely. He's up into 5th and not far from Gonçalo Mota. Frankie continues to be in 6th. 7th is Jambo. 8th is Kev Allen. 9th is Scott Devley. And Dale Taylor completes the top 10. Scott Devley is losing it a little bit wide there in the final corner. Very easy to overdrive this car around that corner. He keeps 8th spot. Jambo, oh, someone is going on the inside there, and that was a good move, or was it? It was at least a good attempt by Frankie to get ahead of Simon Allen, but now he's on the defensive, and the contact there with Jambo, and Simon Allen also went off the track momentarily. Nice battle, close battle, door to door, as we expect always with the touring cars. And here is the battle for the lead again, and Diogo Silva must already know the plate of Alonso Afonso, the configuration of his rear headlights absolutely by heart, because he's been less than 10 centimeters away from the Portuguese driver since the beginning of the race. This is lap 5 out of 14. It's a fairly short lap, 126.3 for the leader, 126.5 for Diogo Silva, so he is catching up with Alonso Afonso, that seems to gain a little bit of time in this final corner, and now he's absolutely nose to tail, and now surely he is going to go and try something. Alonso Afonso already protecting the inside, and he is going to go for it. Yes, he is going to go for it now. This is incredible. A battle for the lead. Alonso Afonso tries to defend and manages to defend. Absolutely brilliant. They left each other space and didn't lose too much time. But Darren Head, of course, is a very attentive spectator to this battle. Here he is. He's not far behind. He's just a couple of seconds, in fact less than 2 seconds away from the two leaders. He wants to get closer, but that will only be possible if they start losing time with each other. Simon Allen continues to be in pursuit of Gonçalo Mota. This is the battle for fourth place, and a good return to Gonçalo Mota to this league with an excellent start. At least the first half of this race has been absolutely brilliant. Also from the Portuguese driver. Frankie is in the 7th now, because Jumbo has overtaken him. We haven't quite seen that, but we imagined that it happened, as we saw some contact between the two. Cavallo is in 8th, and actually eyeing Owen. Frankie now locked up there at the hairpin after the back straight, and Cavallo is absolutely coming at him. One more lap is going to be complete very soon. We are reaching the midway point. Look at this, Frankie now is, he is in the gravel, and the Cavallo is trying to go on the outside in the last corner, which is a fairly challenging thing to do, but now he's got his car positioned in such a way that I think on the start-finish line he is going for it, and someone else is also going for it. That was Jumbo on Simon Allen. So an Allen is making a move while the other Allen is trying to defend, and both Allens remain where they are because Cavallo did not manage to overtake Frankie, and Simon Allen did defend very well from Jumbo. They both keep their positions, but this is a nice battle for... now Cavallo is on the inside. That was a good move potentially, but he almost loses it. But can Frankie come back at him? I don't think so, and Frankie loses another position. Now he's down to 8. Cavallo is up to 7, and Frankie is not giving up and is trying to get that 7th place back. A nice battle between these two drivers. We are about to reach the midpoint, and Alonso Afonso Jorge Jesus has led every lap, but no lap he has led more than a couple of tenths ahead of Diogo Silva, that is still waiting for the right opportunity to make his move, and he's still got 7 laps to do it. Although if he does want to make a move, he should start thinking quite quickly, where is that move going to be? Look at this, Alonso Afonso Jorge Jesus already protecting the inside. Again, he's putting his car in the middle of the track, making it as wide as possible. Diogo Silva now is trying to make a dummy and go on the outside, but didn't quite work, because again, in terms of braking points, Jorge Jesus has been a little bit superior to Diogo. He's managed to brake later and still keep the car under control, but this is not going on the inside and forcing Jorge to lock up a little bit in defensive mode. And the tire management could play a role later on in this race, as particularly the front left is a tire that is working quite hard as these 14 old folks go around the Sugo circuit. And later on it could be that Diogo Silva might have better tires and might have a better chance at taking the lead. But then Frankie now is off the track. He's in 8th place, no, he's not. Well, he's in 8th place, and Scott Devley is the next man in line to make a challenge to the American driver. So this will be a duo of American drivers. 10th is Diogo Almeida. Diogo Almeida is ahead of Del Terra. Something happened with Del. We couldn't quite see what it was, but he has lost a lot of time, and he's now he's lost visual touch with Diogo Almeida. So something must have happened to Dale that made him lose a considerable amount of time. Stuart Brand has recovered to 12th. Mike Langley and Todd Antonio are the last classified finishers as it stands, as Diogo Silva is now going to make another move into the lead of this race, and now this is already the 9th lap, so there's going to be 5 at the end of this one as we enter the last third of this race. And it seems to me that Diogo Silva, if he actually can try a move, he should try it fairly quickly. Now he did is not close enough in the back straight to make a move, because you basically need to be side by side at this point for this move to work over here. I think his best bet is probably on the start-finish line, because he's managing to go through this sequence of corners a little bit more quickly than George. And meanwhile, this is the battle for 4th place, and this is Saminao now on the outside of Gonçalo Mota. This is not going to work, obviously. It's just pressure on Gonçalo to make a mistake, but he makes absolutely no mistake there through the last sequence of corners. Now this corner is very tricky indeed. You need to get the right line. It seems to me that Simon Allen has actually managed to make a much better line. Now he's going to go on the outside on the start finish line. They are side by side, and this is going to be absolutely brilliant because these cars are basically the same, similar performances. And Simon Allen or Gonçalo Mota, who's going to break later, that is Gonçalo Mota, that makes a very good defensive move there, and Simon Allen has to try another day. He seems very keen to try the outside again, but here there's absolutely no chance that that's going to work. Now, can he make a move on the inside here? If he makes a better exit, yes he can. And now they're going to go through the chicane, and Gonçalo Mota has none of it and just shuts the door on the Yorkshire driver. This is a good battle for 4th place. This is another good battle for 8th place, as Diogo Almeida now has found Scott Davely, and they're exactly at the same point. That's the chicane. You cannot run side by side through that chicane without the full cooperation of the driver in front. And now in the back straight, can Diogo make a better exit? Yes, he can. He can make a better exit, and this is what I was talking about. Look at this, he's side by side already into the back straight, and he gets the job done with superior speed through the back straight. Diogo Almeida is up into 8th spot. Frankie has gone down to 10th. We haven't seen what happened, but this allows Scott Beverly for the time being. Oh, and Gonçalo Mota spins! Gonçalo Mota spins, almost colliding with, oh, and look at this, a complete 360 by Gonçalo Mota, and someone is in the grass, and that was Cavallan is in the grass, and he was trying to avoid Gonçalo and ends up losing a lot of time. There is Diogo Almeida also passing Gonçalo Mota. Gonçalo Mota is an absolute sitting duck in the start-finish line. He loses the position also to Scott Davely. He's down into 9th place, and that's just with a spin, but Cavallan also has lost it, and Jumbo is up to 5th spot. Simon Allen, of course, up into 4th. Lap 11 out of 14. It's a fairly short lap, and now this is all going to go haywire here in this group of 4 drivers, because they all think that they should be ahead of everyone else in this group. Gonçalo Mota has been ahead of this group. Scott Davely has been ahead of some of the other drivers as well. Cavallan lost a bit of time, and Diogo Almeida is actually making a very good recovery. Indeed, Gonçalo Mota now on the side by side with Scott Davely, and Scott seems to have a problem in this back straight because he's absolutely losing a lot of speed. And look at that in front of these drivers. This was Diogo Almeida defending vigorously from Cavallan there at the end of the back straight, but absolutely brilliant battle between all these drivers. And here is the battle for the lead yet again. It just seems to be a carbon copy of what we've seen since the beginning of this race. Diogo Silva just can't make a move here, and he's trying to get a little bit more desperate now, but George is absolutely defending left, right and center, and now he's just running out of time. Into the back straight once again, and George makes a pretty good exit from that corner, which means that no chance for Diogo Silva to make a clean move here. He's not side by side, he's too far behind. So his best bet again is to just go through the next sequence of corners. Oh, look at this, locking up quite badly there, George, and that's not good for his tires, as they are about to lap someone, if I'm not mistaken. They're about to lap someone, and this could be a factor in these final few laps. That is Todd Antonio. Yes, Todd Antonio is 1 minute and 26 seconds behind, and he's about to be lapped. But look at this now, Diogo Silva is actually very close indeed, and is this a moment where he's going to go for it? He's gaining on Jorge Jesus. Will he be brave enough? Yes, he will be brave enough, and he's going on the inside. Oh, and they touch, and Jorge Jesus goes around. Jorge Jesus goes around, and Diogo Silva stops to let him through, and here comes Darren Head. Darren Head is going to go for it. Oh, he's going to side by side, and Diogo Silva has lost second position. Or did he? Because he's coming back at Darren Head. Darren Head is ahead. Darren Head is in second, but now Diogo Silva still has a little bit of an inside line, and he manages to... Oh, this is absolutely brilliant. And Darren Head, what a magnanimous chance for him to take second place, but not quite. But Jorge Jesus, after being turned around, he thought that his race was over, but it wasn't. Diogo Silva let him through, and now Darren Head is overdriving it, and Diogo Silva is on the inside now on the backstretch protecting, but there's only one more lap to go at the end of this one, and it seems to me with 1.5 seconds that Jorge Jesus is on his way to victory, because these two are also wasting time with one another, because Darren Head cannot give up. He wants to go ahead, but both these drivers just need to keep their head down and do one more lap, and between Diogo Silva and Darren Head, this is a magnificent battle for second place. It seems to me now that Diogo Silva has got a good exit there from the last corner, so I don't think he's going to be at risk in turn 1. Scott Davely has found Gonçalo Mota, or perhaps it's Gonçalo that has overtaken Scott. I apologize. Gonçalo Mota, of course, was going very well until that full 360-degree spin at the last corner a couple of laps ago. Lap 14 already for the leaders. Del Terra is in 11th, Frankie is in 10th. You could still see a battle here for the last position of the top 10. Look at this, Darren Head is absolutely not giving up, and he is going for second place, but I think these three drivers are now stabilized in their positions. Just a few more corners to go, and no one seems to be in a position to make a move, but believe me, they are absolutely flat out. They are going as quickly as they can, and therefore this is oh, look at that, potential errors coming in the last few corners. A few more corners to go, and Jorge Jesus is going to be the first driver to win twice in this winter 2022 season. Just a couple of corners to go. Jorge Jesus is going to see the checkered flag. It is in the air here in Japan with the Renault Megane touring car, and Jorge Jesus is going to win race 1, followed by Diogo Silva, followed by Darren Head, and these three drivers have given us a very good show indeed. Fourth place man is going to be Simon Allen, that didn't have the perfect first lap but did a good recovery. After then, fifth is going to be Jumbo after an excellent race. Sixth is going to be Diogo Almeida. Look at this, Jumbo, Diogo Almeida and Kev Allen finishing 5th, 6th and 7th. That was a good battle there. 8th is going to be Gonçalo Mota. 9th is going to be Scott Davely and Delta. Look at this. This is side-by-side racing between Frankie, Delta, and who is going to be absolutely dead heat. And I think, well, this is the replay here, and this is Del Terra on the inside of Frankie, and Stuart Brand is coming at both of them, and look at that, they are going to cross side by side. Can we have the exact moment? We believe that it was Del Terra no, it was Frankie that finished 10th. I believe that Del Terra was 11th and 12th was Stuart Brand, but we have to confirm that with any potential penalties that they may have. And there you go, Del Terra was indeed 10th. This has been an excellent race 1. Jorge Jesus, the dominant leader. See you in race 2.